Welcome back to Meal Prep 101. On today's episode, we are going to make some Cowboy mac and cheese. For our ingredients that we need, we got 3 pounds of ground beef, 16 ounces of protein pasta. Personal choice is these Bonza elbows right here. For cheese, we're going to end up using 2 ounces of reduced fat mozzarella and 8 ounces of 2% Velveeta brick cheese. We need 1% milk, Worcestershire sauce, some barbecue seasoning. I got this Carolina Dirt barbecue rub. Hot sauce of choice, I have Tapatio. And the last of our seasonings, we have salt and pepper and garlic and onion powder. Once we have all of our ingredients assembled, we can get a pot onto the stove filled with water. Bring that to a boil. Once our water is boiling, we can add in our pasta and set a timer for, in my case, it's 8 minutes because that's how long it'll take this to cook. But if yours is different, adjust accordingly. And we do want to periodically stir our pasta. Just make sure none of it sticks to the bottom, starts burning, anything like that. Also, at this time, we can get our pan warming up. Once our pan has had a chance to warm up, we're going to hit that with a light coat of spray oil. Then we are going to start adding our ground. And very important step here, we are not going to be mincing up our ground beef yet, not getting into small chunks. Essentially right now we're going to be putting it all in there as if it were like giant burger patties. So we're going to let that side on the bottom brown, and then we're going to flip it, let that other side brown. Then once we're there, we're going to add in all of our seasonings and then start mincing up into those small little pieces that we want to go into our mac and cheese. Once our timer goes off and our pasta is cooked, you can take that, strain out all the water. Then we are going to throw our pasta into a separate bowl so we can get our cheese sauce put together inside of that same pot. For our sauce, we are going to be adding 8 ounces of that 2% Velveeta, 2 ounces of our mozzarella cheese, and 6 to 8 fluid ounces of 1% milk. Little tip for you, the smaller we cut up our cheese into, the smaller pieces we get, the more surface area that is exposed, meaning the more heat can get to it, which the quicker it melts, and therefore the quicker we can get our cheese sauce made. And yeah. Then into our cheese sauce as well, we will be adding our salt, pepper, garlic, onion, a little bit of hot sauce. Really add hot sauce to taste. I don't do too much, I do just a little bit. Then also, last thing that goes in there is a little bit of butter, maybe 1, maybe 2 tablespoons, that's it. Once our cheese is pretty well melted together, if we're running a little bit on the soupier side, maybe we use a little bit too much milk, we can throw a little bit of cornstarch in there. That will help thicken it up for us. Once our ground beef has had a chance to get a nice sear on both sides, we can add a healthy amount of Worcestershire sauce. Really coat that all in there. And also get some of that barbecue seasoning in there. Good healthy amount. And then from here we can start mincing up our ground beef. Once we get our ground beef all minced up, we can let that finish cooking there. Then if our cheese sauce is done, nice and all melted together, we can combine that with our noodles. This is a lot of food, so you may need more than one pot, more than one pan to get this all done, or take the ingredients that I've given you, cut that in half, and make a couple separate batches of this. Then, once we have everything cooked, we can take it and add it into our meal prep containers. And just like that, we have made 6 servings of our high protein Cowboy mac and cheese, each packing 89 grams of protein, only 850 calories.